So they fixing this spot on the wall and they making it smoother, right? And I said, I know they can do it because I see spots on the wall where they done really good.
Yeah.
And then I see other spots where they done really bad.
Really bad.
I said, this spot right here, I gotta have this spot right.
Uh,
So what they done was, all the part under the air condition, that's the only part they fixed. I come back and I go upstairs, because you know we got the open living room where you can see upstairs. I go upstairs and I'm looking above the air conditioner. I'm like, why did they not fix the whole wall? I still can see that. And so I'm asking the guy, the architect guy. I'm sorry, guy. I'll ask the architect guy, but thank you for allowing me to say all this. I'm like, I'm not upset, but I just want to know, why would he only do the bottom half and not go ahead on and go all the way up to the ceiling? He just had his head down like this and said, I get him to fix it. He never gave me an answer. And then the next week they fixed that part. Okay, so I was happy. But guess what? Right next to it is a light switch. It's the same way. Why you won't fix that? You think I don't see that? If I complain about that, you think I'm not gonna complain about the light switch that's in the living room?
Damn.
This is not in the bedroom closet. You know, it's in the living room. Okay, so those are my three things. I don't even remember what I said.
Man.
But it was rough. So hold on, here's another one.
Okay.
So I'm telling you about how I really like the countertops, right? So the other day, the guy forgot to get the measurement under the counter from the plug to the wall, so he asked me to do it. So I'm under there looking, and I see a big old hole inside the wall. I'm like, why wouldn't they? So now I'm curious. So I go look under every cabinet to see if I see these holes. 2 cabinets, I see these holes. I'm talking about holes that are about 4 inches, where you could easily let in. You know how bad we have geckos here. You could let in geckos, bugs, roaches, ants, whatever could easily come in. Even mice could come in through them holes, right? I'm like, why wouldn't they not close that hole up?
What they say to that?
She just said, we'll fix it. I'm like, so when you build this house, I'm sorry. So when you buy this house already built, they look wonderful. But I promise you, it's some stuff like that in that house. Because keep in mind, I got an architect that's used to dealing with English-speaking people. And these are still some of the issues that are popping up.
Wow.
So there you go.
Man.
It's something. So it seemed like all my issues is centered around this house. And right now it is.
Now when you move in, pretty soon now, right? Started a year ago.
We started a year ago. We should be moving in before this hurricane was coming. They said 2 weeks.
Okay.
I don't know how this is going to delay it. But this month for sure. And if it don't get, if that ain't bad enough, here's the sad part. We were supposed to be done. She said June. That was a new date. Supposed to be done in June. Okay, we in July right now. But to let you know how much she was really serious about June, she went on vacation last month for 3 weeks. So now her supervisor is the one that's in charge. Now let me tell you about the supervisor. When they was putting in that plug on the roof of the house, he was sitting there talking to them while they was installing it. And they was installing the interior plug in the exterior. So that, I don't have a whole lot of confidence in him right there. But either way go, we'll deal with it.
Wow. So you moving in, so what the home buying process, was that challenging? Was that a difficult, because I know a lot of people are watching.
Yes, it is.
That buy was so very complex and stressful.
It's hard to find that house that you like. Okay. Once you find that house, we found a house that we like, and we weren't in love with it, but it was the closest thing that we could find to what we like, right? So we get to the place ready to start trying to make a deal on it, and we find out that these people have a mortgage on the house. No big deal, right? In the U.S., you buy houses with mortgage on it all the time. Here's the problem. He wanted us to give him a deposit on the house. Okay? And he is the one, and they know escrows here. So the money is not sitting in hold. The owners of the house get your money, and you're depending and trusting on him to go make that on the house payment. Take your money and deposit it on the house.
How was that? I mean, you had attorneys.
Yeah, you have attorneys.
They was okay with that.
They say that's the normal procedure. I said it may be the normal procedure, but it ain't my normal.
Yeah.
I said, I'm sorry, I don't trust giving this guy half the money for this house. I said I wouldn't mind giving it to the people that he owe it to.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way it would be in the U.S. Yeah. The owner of the house get the balance of the difference. Here, we give the owner of the house the whole thing. So you could be buying this house thinking your house is paid for, and it's still a mortgage on this house. You won't own nothing. I said, no. And so luckily, a lady that they end up getting rid of, she told us about that, and she said, I would recommend not buying it. Okay. She said, you can buy it, but you can have a headache. And you know, we already had a house in Central that we having a headache. Yeah. So I was like, no. We'll just have to, as much as I like that house, I'm going to take this as a red light. Time to stop and find another house. So we had to back out of that house and find another one. When we finally did find another one, we made sure that it had a clear mortgage on it. It's still issues because you still give that person all the money and they didn't even want to let us have a key. I said, you trying to tell me I got to give you half the money and I still got to ask your permission to see the house? And so my attorney and his attorney, this is the part that made me mad. My attorney, okay, telling me, yeah, but if he do something, you can take him to court. I said, I'm in Mexico. Yeah. I said, you're a Mexican citizen and I'm not. You think they really care about me bringing something to court 3 years later, if it ever get to court? Yeah. In the meantime, my money is gone. I said, I got a problem with that. I said, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it's done here. It may be the way it's done here, but that ain't what I'm used to. Wow. I said, I got to at least have a key to this house where I can get in it when I want to. You know, so we end up coming to a conclusion that I could get a key, but when I'm going over there, I got to let them know. Okay. And that's how we settled that. And then my wife, again, taking their side, telling me that, Robert, that's the way it's done here in Mexico. I said, it may be the way it's done here in Mexico, but my money didn't come from Mexico. Yeah. I'll be kind of giving up. Yeah. Half the amount of the money on the house. And you can't even go look at it when you want to. Can't trust. They don't know if they paid whatever. The mortgage off. This mortgage was paid off, but or taking the money and run. Or taking the money and run. And the keys and whatever else. You know, it's a lot of trust that you have to put out there when you buy the house. And that's the norm. So that's the escrow is not necessarily a thing. There is no escrow. There is no escrow. I mean, your first deposit is not half. Your first deposit may be 15% or 10% or whatever it is. But it's not in the escrow. It goes directly to them. For them to do whatever they want to do. If there's an issue, then you got to take them to court and wait it out. Yeah. In the meantime, your money is gone. Unless they give it right back to you. And based on what I done seen from having my first apartment, dude, having this house I'm in now that I'm renting, when you give them that deposit, a lot of times, they take that money and live on it. They ain't gonna have your money back. Most of them not. Most of them ain't gonna, they gonna find a reason to take it. Yeah. See how many juices left on this thing. All right, we in the yellow zone a little bit. So I'm sorry. Oh no, we get to some of the stuff that the 3 years. So still loving it, dude. With all of that being said, I still love it. Okay, but I'm learning that they go beyond your patience. Yeah. We ordered a car. Remember? I remember. In 2022 of November, a brand new car. The guy told us it'll be 6 months. How long you think it took? A year and a half. A year and 5 months. Damn. Guess what else? We only got one key. He telling us that it's a backup on the second key. Yeah. I'm like, dude, just give me another key. Yeah. But you know, it's not. It ain't just a regular key now. It's the key fob. Okay. So we still only have one key. I hope nothing happens where we lose that key.
Damn.
So now it's a wait on that. I guess another year we'll get a key.
Yeah. So
But
a lot of patience.
A lot of patience, brother. They go beyond what you would consider to be very patient.
Yeah. They take it to a whole nother level.
They take it to a whole nother level, brother.
I oftentimes tell folks moving abroad and staying abroad
It's two different things.
You, know? You might get here. The question is, can you
stay here? And then if you stay here, how long?
How long?
You may stay for 6 months.
Yeah.
You may stay for a year. But that second year, all the stuff you have to deal with the people, the cultural differences, the weather, all of that could make you leave.
It can make you leave. 3 years is a long time.
Friends.
Yeah. 3 years is a long time. You know what I mean? It took a lot of work.
But it came quick.
And it came, them 3 years gone by fast.
They have went by fast, brother. They have went by fast.
Smoking fast. Smoking. We were talking about traveling around this year. And we got ready to kind of start looking at other places. Kids kind of backed down and changed their mind. They were like, no, let's just stay.
Okay, I don't blame them.
You know what I mean? Got their friends. I guess they thought they wanted to leave, but when it was time to get ready to go, they were like, no.
We have to go and start all over
Yeah,
again.
start all over.
It's not easy, brother. And it's harder for kids here.
Yeah.
Because it's more adults.
Yeah.
It ain't like they in school.
Exactly. Although mine, they found the way. It found some friends, and they get around. Especially that Charlie, she get around.
But I'm saying if she moves somewhere else.
Yeah, she moved somewhere else. Yeah, man, it takes a lot of work.
It takes some work, bro. Once you get the relationships, you don't want them to go.
You don't want them to go. You get starting all over without it. These first 3 years was kind of hard.
For them, I can see that.
Yeah. You know, it was rough. It took some work.
I mean, you made it easier for me meeting you as a friend.
Yeah.
Then you had to go up and move outside the city on me. Then I met Evan. Okay. Then he moved back. And then Robert, he got a family, so he don't like to go quite a bit. He's if I'm pepper, he's salt. Okay. He's not nearly as outgoing as I am. So he's a homebody. And you know I'm not a homebody.
Yeah.
So, but when we went fishing, we talking about the adjustments.
Yeah.
Okay. When we went fishing, I got 3 brothers. Okay. I got a little emotional when we was having fish. When we was eating at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Because you 4, I could put y'all in the place. I always wanted to travel with my 3 brothers.
Yes.
Okay. It never happened. Not even maybe one of them I traveled with you, but it wasn't the same without the other 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I've never been able to travel with all 4. Well, when us 4 went fishing, and the conversations that we were having, and the laughing and talking and drinking or whatever, man, it got me. Okay, because it's like, okay, Robert, you don't have your blood brothers, but you got your brothers.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, like you said, we all we got.
We all we got, bro. We all we got, and we all got each other's back.
Exactly.
So it's cool, man. Now, do we see each other every day? Well, me and you don't. Me and Robert I told Robert we hang out a lot.
Yeah.
I said, and not just me and him, his family and my family. I said, dude, I ain't talked to you in 2 days. I feel like something's wrong. So, and then when Evan is here, me and Evan hang out a lot. We just start playing basketball in the morning time. And I'm finding out, bro, it ain't about winning and losing the game. It's about getting that work out of you.
Getting that work, yeah. I definitely need to get the work out of myself.
Because neither one of us can play. But yeah, man, it's meeting that community that helps you stay.
It helps a lot. It definitely helps a lot. Definitely helps a lot. It kind of give a warning. I got a battery on here. It's about, let's say we got 18%.
Okay.
We got a good amount of time.
Let's talk about first year. What was the biggest problem that you had, or the biggest adjustment in the first year?
Learning how to be patient. That patience and that language messed me up.
The language wasn't that big of a deal to me, but that patience.
That patience will break you.
It will. Ooh, that alone can make you leave.
It's been so many times I walked into the grocery store and the line be halfway to the back of the store. And it's like, I got all this stuff. Like, man, I ain't standing in this line. Leave my car and walk out the door.
Yeah.
Come back the next day, same thing.
Yeah.
Then the next day. And then you get to a point where you just gotta stand in line.
Look here, you learn what hours to go to the store and what days.
And even then,
you still get busted in that line. Don't go at the beginning of the month.
Exactly. And dealing with other people, you know, you go somewhere, you about ready to buy something, they don't take your car. You know,
because you pay with credit cards.
Exactly. Trying to get that new mindset of
cash.
Keep cash in your pocket.
Have you adjusted to that?
Nah,
Still haven't got there yet.
Not with that part. I do got some cash now only because they say the ATM machine might go down.
So you got some cash.
I got some cash. And I filled my car up.
I was going to ask you, I was going to tell you, fill your car up. Because this joke about 200 pesos, $10 worth of gas at a time. Which ain't nothing but about 2.5 gallons. Here, if you're lucky.
I filled that bad boy up. Well, I was like, dang, man, we ride with an old tank of gas.
This joker here. Here's one of his words. This joker here. When you know somebody that's a mess, this guy say, this joker here.
I do say that. But that
was the first year.
Yeah, that was the first year. What about you?
One of the issues I had the first year was dealing with the fact that your electricity could go out right after you just came from the grocery store. That was a problem. That was a problem.
Man.
And dealing with the heat, I could deal with the heat when I'm outside.
Yeah.
What I had a hard time was adjusting to these high electric bills.
Okay.
So my wife was real strict on we can't run the air. And you done went for a walk and you sweating. And you know, when I first got here, 90 degrees was hot.
Yeah.
Now 90 degrees ain't hot no more.
Good day.
That's a good day. 70 degrees was a fantastic day. Now 70 degrees is a cold day.
Exactly.
You know, so that first year, dealing with that heat, man, in the house. Because I wanted to come home to a cold house.
Okay.
And you know, here, when you leave the house, you turn the air conditioner on.
Turn it off.
And you turn it back on when you get home. So that was my biggest issue, I think, the first year. The heat in the house, not the heat outside.
Man. Yeah, that heat.
That heat is real.
Yeah. I adjusted well to the heat only because during that first year I was out walking everywhere making videos.
Yes, you were.
And so in the middle of the day, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I think being out there all day, every day, I got adjusted to that pretty quicker than most. I would think. And as a result of that, I was able to tolerate the heat. But this heat this year,
bro. I remember when we first moved the first year, you told me, man, when it's hot, it can be 105. I say it's hot, but it ain't that hot.
Yeah.
Then the next year came, and I saw what you were talking about. Them triple digits, they don't let up. Man. March, April, and May, brothers, that heat is intense.
It's not an understatement.
And it's real.
It's real.
And it's humid. It's like living in Arizona and where's somewhere where it's really humid at? Florida? Louisiana? Yeah. New Orleans or something. It's like getting the heat of Arizona with the humidity of Houston or New Orleans or something. The humidity is like 90%.
It's ridiculous.
This ain't no joke, brother.
Had a lady come up here last month talking about, I'm from Florida, I've been living in Florida.
It ain't like Florida.
So, I'll be able to handle that. I'm gonna stay there for 6 months. God, that girl was on the plane 2 weeks later out of it. I'm like, what happened, Miss Florida? You know, I'm like, okay. I don't even argue with jokers no more.
Come here and find out.
I'm like, all right, I done told you about
Yeah,
that.
this heat is real,
It's
brother.
real.
It is
not,
very
you
real.
can't take it lightly. It's not an understatement.
I don't think there's nowhere in the U.S. that you can compare this heat to.
Nah.
People say, "Oh, you from Texas? You used to it?" Not this.
Not this. This year was a reminder
Woo!
of that.
And you got to remember, it don't stop.
It don't.
It don't stop. You know, you have to get used to. I had already set my mind to this the first year. Big water bugs, mosquitoes, geckos coming into the house, crawling on your wall.
Yeah.
You might have tarantulas.
Yeah.
What's those things that sting? Not a tarantula, but scorpions.
Yeah.
And I done ran into both of them.
Yeah. Oh,
Big spider that's, this size, 4 inches. That's scary. With a lot of hair on it. Tarantulas in the middle of your house.
Man.
Not even near the door. You will have a worm. Have you had them?
The worms?
Them worms.
I haven't seen them yet.
You will have these worms all curled up in the middle of your living room. You're like, where in the world did it come from?
Oh, the snake or something.
Yeah, but it's a worm. It don't look like a snake. But it's like, and it's one of them snakes where you could cut it and it still lives.
Keep up.
Each individual part will still keep moving.
Man.
So it's something, brother. And the mosquitoes, they didn't bother me at first, but this year, mosquitoes, this right now, I ain't never had a problem with mosquitoes since I've been here.
Yeah, this is the first year. I always tell folks, mosquitoes ain't that bad, but it has never been a big issue for me. But
this year,
it been.
And when they bite, they sting.
And them things chase you around.
Dude.
You can't even catch them.
You can't. I saw you making that video the other day. You said these are some fast mosquitoes.
You can't even catch them. You can only spray them down.
These jokers be throwing that jelly on you.
I be like, man, and they go for the ankles.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
And they get inside your clothes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what would you say has improved from the first year? First year you adjusted and dealing with cultural differences. What any positive attributes? I know, like for me, from year 1 to year 3, my confidence, even though I can't speak,
but your confidence in speaking is
my
better.
My confidence in speaking is better, and my confidence of just knowing that I'm okay to go around and get what I want and get what I need, even though I don't necessarily know the language all the way.
Yeah.
So I'm comfortable walking out the door and not being worried about looking like a fool.
As long as I have my phone.
As long as I have. I don't hesitate. When I first got here, some places I just wouldn't go to. I was scared.
Yeah.
I was no confidence. But now, or I wait till the store is empty, a restaurant, then I go in there and order when nobody's in there. But now I walk up a room full of folks.
And you don't care. It don't bother.
It don't bother me.
I tell you something that I noticed in what did you say, the second year?
Second or third year.
Second or third year. This is what I've noticed. It don't seem like the people are as helpful as they used to be, or as friendly as they used to be. And my wife said that she thinks it's because there's more foreigners here than what they want. So they losing some of their friendliness, seem like to me. First, if you couldn't speak the language, they more than willing to help you. Now they don't seem as willing to help you through it. They almost get an attitude.
You think so? I hadn't noticed that.
You hadn't noticed that? That's been my experience.
Really?
And it could just be me.
No. I mean, it is a lot more foreigners coming.
It is a lot more foreigners coming.
Significantly more.
Yes.
Than when we first
they getting on my nerves coming.
Yeah, they getting on my nerves. It has been a secret. So that, I mean, it could be real. So, I mean, because it is a lot more folks.
Yes, it is. Here's a problem I have, and tell me what you think. Because you done been with a car and without a car.
Yeah.
Do you think that the adjustment is easier with or without a car? And if you had to do it all over again, would you start out with a car?
Man, if I had to do it all over again, I'll take the car hands down.
Okay.
Man, I used to tell folks in the beginning, you don't need a car.
Yeah.
And you can get by without it, because we did.
Yeah, you did.
But I promise you, life will be a whole lot better with a car. Hands down, if you could get one.
Okay.
And that's why even, I spent a lot of money on rental cars in year number 2. I just had to have it.
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes the experience
That
all
much better.
Yeah, all that. Now, I
You
gained
learn the
20
city
pounds
better.
More.
Yeah, because you ain't walking
I
like
ain't
you used
walking
to.
no more.
Yeah.
But
And you don't wake up early and walk.
exactly. But that car is a game changer.
Dude, the car, it's to me, when you first get here, it's a couple of things that can make your experience here better.
Oh yeah.
Speaking the language and a vehicle.
In the car, yeah.
Those two things right there can make your experience way different than somebody that's coming here that can't speak the language and don't have wheels.
Exactly.
But now you stuck.
Now, if I was by myself, I probably could get by without a car.
It would be easier.
But definitely, if you would,
A family like
family,
you,
kids,
you need a car.
get a car. Come with your car if you can.
Yes.
I wouldn't let it stop you from coming down here, but
It sure is, it enhances your life if you
oh my
have
God,
one.
it's convenient.
Yeah.
Now I will say because I got a car, I spend more money. And I go out more often in the car. Get it to go out to eat more often, go make more runs to the store because it's convenient to go. We may be riding around and see a side of town and see something. Oh, let's go in there and get something to eat. Or let's try that. So it costs me more money
To have a car, not just putting gas in the car and repairs or nothing like that. Because you got a new car now, you ain't, and you was renting, so you wasn't repairing that.
Exactly.
You just putting gas in.
Putting gas in.
And now you got to change the oil because you still got a new car, so you ain't doing nothing.
Now
to
she
change
paid
the oil.
for that. The
Okay.
landlord, she just asked that we get it serviced every 10,000 kilometers.
Yeah. Okay.
And she
Okay.
paid for it.
Alrighty.
But yeah. I mean, a car is definitely will make life
It's a game changer.
big time. Big
I
time.
agree with you on that.
Plus, when you still trying to figure out where you want to live, having that car for that first
It
year,
helps, don't it?
Yeah, you get to go explore and figure out where you want to
Yeah.
be, and you're not relying on Uber,
Yeah.
that just drop you off. Where you can ride around, you can really ride around the neighborhood.
You can ride around because what Uber guy gonna want to just take you riding around the neighborhood, going from turn left. Wait a minute, go back. Let's go turn right.
Exactly. And you can't even communicate with them.
And you can't even tell them that. That's
like,
right.
Stop.
Yeah.
Turn right.
They don't even know what right
Go
means.
forward. You know what I mean? You don't even know how to tell them to do
No.
that.
No. And if you told him, he wondered why.
Exactly.
You know. And you don't realize how many words you say when you ain't really saying nothing.
Man.
Like, wait a minute. Like you could say that in Spanish.
Exactly.
That was one word, but you said it like 3 or 4 times, right? It sounds like a whole sentence when you hear it in another language. So
I got my GPS in Spanish now. Like, I want to get my ear ready.
okay.
I want to learn more.
Yeah.
Man, that GPS, it'll tell me to turn right, but it'll have about 40 words.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. And all they was saying was turn right.
But it was in English. It's like 500 meters, turn right.
Yeah.
I'm like, this lady just read 10 paragraphs inside of this GPS.
Yes.
But I'm picking up little words.
Little words.
Little
Carla
bit.
listens to the radio a lot because she's one of them that's got to have music on. And I hear stuff in the commercials from time to time. Like, okay, I understood that. Yeah. You know. But I think my Spanish thing got worse. Which is crazy. I stopped going to that teacher, man. I really need to get back with that lady.
Yeah, it's helpful.
Yeah, it is.
They really help.
But I was embarrassed because I wouldn't do the homework.
Man, they be putting too much on you.
They do.
Because I dropped out of multiple classes because every time I turned around, it was time to go back to class.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't even finish the stuff that you gave me. And I'm like, I had to pull out of the class. I'm like, this is too much.
I was going 1 day a week for 1 hour.
That's a lot.
And I was wishing that class was like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I was watching the clock the whole time I was in that class, ready for it to end. Because I was like embarrassed. You feel so stupid.
Yeah. I kept counseling mine. She called me up and said, we're done. She was like, I pay her. I always pay her. Like, I'd rather you did time than somebody else who
really wanted to get into it.
It's not about the money, you're not ready, so you counsel all the time. Because every time I turned around, it was time for class.
Yeah.
And I wasn't ready.
And you wasn't ready.
And I wasn't ready for the next.
I wasn't ready for the next week. I ended up counseling mine and owed her 200. And I had already paid for the next class. I just said, that's okay, I'm counseling.
I'm counseling.
You can keep the 200 pesos.
Wow.
So
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
From year 2 to year 3.
Man.
We may have to do this video again, man, to write down some things that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
Or if you guys have some stuff that we need to talk about, y'all can put it on there, because we just rambling.
Yeah, we just rambling. Matter of fact, let's do that.
Okay.
Y'all got questions. Let us know what you'd like to know about and what you want us to talk about, and
we'll talk about
do
it.
Another video.
Yeah.
And we'll answer.
And be more detailed.
Exactly.
Because I know rather than giving us experience on the 3 years, I'm sitting here using y'all as a psychiatrist. Get out my frustration.
Yeah. So let's do that. Put detailed questions in the comments.
Detailed questions. What do you want to know something about?
Specific.
Because you know me, I love to bump my gums about something. And I could go on and on. I give you some details if you want it.
Yeah, so be very specific in what you want to know, and we'll look at those comments and make another video and then put those. I think we got like 4% before this thing dropped.
Okay.
How's so you teach trading?
I teach trading, man, and it's going really, really well.
Wow. Because
I got some students that started with me from the beginning, and you know, sometimes it can be a little slow, but now they're starting to come in the classes and tell people about what they're doing, and they can explain it. Sometimes they may explain it. I'm not necessarily saying they may explain it better than me, but they may be able to explain it, even if it's the same. The fact that a student is getting it from another student, it makes them feel like, okay. You know, this, like one student might say, you know, when I first started, I was where you are, but you just got to trust it. Robert knows what he's talking about. And over time, it'll start to unlock for you, and you'll start to get it. So it's very exciting watching students get it.
Yeah.
And you know, I just had one student in his last class, Danny.
Yeah.
Danny. You know, we sent that out of there.
Yeah.
Danny, oh man, I love that dude, man. The way he spoke up talking about, Robert, I can relate to what you were saying. Like, is this legal? You know, and he was pinching himself talking about, is this real? You know, because it just don't seem right that you can generate income of like that from your money. And it could be that simple.
Wow.
So, yeah, man. And you the one talking me into doing this. I remember telling you, man, nobody want to listen to me talk. And now, people are listening to me talk.
So you know, if y'all like to learn about trading and how to earn an income from it, check out this course. SlowLifeTrading.com. I know a lot of folks are trying to figure out ways to support themselves while living and traveling abroad. And you know, like I said, when we was hanging out with Robert the first year, all he talked about was trading, and I was like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about, but sounds like you got something that's very valuable and that people want to learn, would like to learn. You know, I'm like, man, you know, put together a course, and you know, I helped him with that, and you know, and now he got all these students, and I'm blown away just looking at the testimonials.
It's like magic,
people
man.
Making money.
It's so exciting. It's fulfilling.
Yeah.
You know, I understand now what your high school teacher can be so proud of you when they see you later on. And that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. It's very rewarding when you can pour into somebody else's life.
Exactly.
So you're not just helping yourself, you're helping me by helping you.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
I love it.
Well, check out his site, SlowLifeTrading.com. I'll put the link on the screen and the description. So
cool.
I think we got about 2%. It might cut off. So if it cuts off, you just understand we'll resume.
When y'all put the questions down there.
Put the comments down.
Yeah, put them comments down there. Yeah.
And any final words of wisdom about anybody considering to move abroad, or anybody who's struggling and they already here trying to figure it out?
Find your community. Find your homies. Okay, whoever that may be, because there's somebody here that's probably looking just like you.
Yeah.
And once you connect with that person, and don't be afraid to say hello to people.
Yeah.
You know, come out of that American deal where you ain't speaking to people. Speak to people.
Speak.
Okay. If they speak English, speak back.
Absolutely.
But let me just say this right quick. You're talking about putting this video, part 1 on Move Abroad and Thrive, right?
Yeah.
And then part 2 on Slow Life Trading. So, which is my YouTube channel. So, make sure to catch both parts of this,
Yes.
guys. I think you're gonna enjoy it. And again, leave your comments, guys. We
comments.
love hearing your comments.
Absolutely. So thank y'all for watching. We're gonna go get ready for this hurricane.
Peace out.
Right.